Welcome to Chamber Check-In. Mike Dvorak, President of the Twin Cities North Chamber of Commerce, your source for virtual networking and all things local business. Check out our website at twincitiesnorth.org. That's twincitiesnorth.org. And a shout out to the fellas here at 9 North TV. Thank you for your partnership. We've got a great meeting for you today here, great program. We've got two great guests, first of which is Bedessem, Vice President of Marketing and Operations from Running Aces Casino, Hotel, and Racetrack. Welcome, Aaron.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you having here. Appreciate you being a great chamber member and being a good partner of Twin Cities North Chamber. You're one of our valued chamber members, and we appreciate your partnership. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Running Aces Hotel, Casino, and Racetrack?
Yeah, so we're headed into our 19th race season coming up here. We really value ourselves on being an entertainment destination. So our goal is, being that place where people can relax and we work so others get to have fun. Obviously horse racing in the summer, but we are open 24/7. Our card room is always busy. And then we went through a big renovation. So anybody who hasn't been there in the past year, we finished it last April, and we have just a most beautiful spot inside. We have a new giant LED TV wall, so watching all your playoffs or big sports, and then the restaurant is just, it's a really good energy when you walk in, and the food is great, so kind of being that spot for everybody to hang out. And then we added, with that renovation, we do bingo every Tuesday nights, and we've got trivia nights Fridays and live DJ on Saturdays. So we have a lot going on throughout the whole property.
Yeah, it's a really great, fun property. We've been there for a trivia night, obviously poker, the casino, the track. It's really exciting. You should go check it out. We're going to have one of our events coming up there, Members Connect, pretty soon. So, they say variety is the spice of life. Why don't you tell us about a typical day in your position at Running Aces?
I think that's probably the thing I love about my job is although we have a lot of similar things, the job is different every day. From coming and doing things like this and being part of, all the different chambers and CVBs that we're part of. We work with a lot of different nonprofits. So figuring out ways on how to build partnerships with them. And for us, it's driving business in. And me in my role, I work for 550 of our employees. My job is to help them and how to make their jobs easier, how to make sure they're having fun while they're working, and how do we do all of that while driving in more guests. And it's a full job, and being a 24/7 facility is tricky at times, but that's what makes it fun.
You and I think, like the variety. You've got to remember a lot of names and a lot of faces, but that's what makes it fun. There's a lot of great connections, through the chamber as well. So with the great weather coming up here, obviously time to get out in the Twin Cities, lots of things to do. When does live horse racing start?
So May 17th is our opening day. We actually kick things off May 2nd with Kentucky Derby. That's kind of the start of our summer, and then May 17th is opening day. We'll go all the way through September 19th. And we race, one of the things that's nice is we race Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays. So in the evenings, it's easy to have a family night out. And a lot of people might think casino. It's one of the things is, it's not family friendly. But in the summers with racing, we're free admission. It is super family friendly. And, one of the things on Sunday nights, we've got face painters there. We have a lot of promotional nights where we're doing giveaways. One of them is stuffed animal night. But it's a fun place where you can come and hang out with the family. You can be on a date night. You can come with a company party. And everybody's having their own fun, but you're watching the same product. And, on the family end, it's easy because as soon as the race goes off, the races are pretty quick in between. There's only 15 minutes, but there's tractors on the track, there's horses, so there's always something to visually see out there. And, you can come for $20 on a Tuesday night and get a $1 hot dog, a $2 beer, and place a couple wagers and really make your money last.
It really is a destination, family destination, lots of fun for all ages. Let's talk about Saturday, May 2nd, one of my favorite days of the year, the Run for the Roses, Kentucky Derby. My wife and I really love horse racing and the whole just pageantry of that day. What's going on at Running Aces? You having anything special for Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, it is definitely the party and the place to be. So we'll have live music out along the tracks. Our horses arrive that day. So, our horses come from around the country to race at Running Aces for the summer, and they arrive Saturday. So we will have, during the Derby, horses will be on our track warming up. We have some retired racehorses coming, so you can go in the winner's circle, get some photos as you're all dressed up. If, you've got your big hat on, come get some photos with the real horse in the winner's circle. We have live music with Jake Nelson. We've got photo booths. We create such a fun day out there. And the reality is the Derby's a fun day, and we just build everything around it on how to, make sure people are having a great time. Obviously, we're going to have mint julep. We've got a couple other cocktails we're going to signature that day, and really just embrace the fun that we have going on.
That's going to be really exciting. And that's an exception because that's a Saturday, correct?
It is. Yep. So that is Saturday the 2nd. Really, the race goes off at 5, but around noon is when all the fun starts. 1 o'clock is music. But it is just the vibe and the energy that comes on a Derby day. If you can't actually make it to the Derby, it's the place to be to watch it.
Get your seersucker suit and your top hat.
That's right.
Come on out, grab a cigar, have fun. Join in the festivities. It's another chance to dress up and just have some fun. There's so many places to have fun here in the Twin Cities, especially with the nice weather coming up. Aaron, what would you say sets Running Aces Casino apart? With the racetrack, with the hotel, lots of things to do, a lot of competition here in the cities. What sets you apart?
There is, and summers are busy. There's a lot of things to do, whether it's going to the cabin or the golf course. But one is our proximity. That's been one of our big things. Is we've got a core group here, but people aren't used to driving north, even though 20 minutes from here. But there's no traffic. It's easy. So once you realize where we are and actually get into the property, it's so easy. And then people are really surprised when they walk in because of how welcoming it is. We aren't like any other casino around. We actually have windows on one whole side of the building. We've got the racetrack you can see. You can see from one end to the other, but with that kind of coziness or what we offer, the employees know who you are. They're out there, much like a server at a restaurant. Those employees on the tables, the dealers, they're there working for you. They're trying to have fun and trying to make sure your entertainment experience is there. And I would argue we have some of the best dealers in the country. So, you can come to our place and we have the biggest variety of games. So our dealers, they know how to deal a ton of different games, and they just have fun while they're doing it. And I think that's also with that, we are always hiring. We have about 550 employees year round. But, as summer comes too, we're always looking, we're always hiring. In that entertainment field and hospitality can be tricky in this state of the world we're in. But once we get employees in, they realize how fun it is and the money they can make while they're working.
I can attest to that too, being a poker player. It's really nice to come in and have the non-turnover of staff and have them recognize you, call you out by name, your face. I know that the Running Aces just recently had the Minnesota Championship poker tournament.
Yeah, big MSPT poker tournament. We're having another one, a smaller series here in May. I believe it starts May 5th, right after the Derby. So that Tuesday to Sunday, over Fishing Open or Mother's Day weekend, will be another big poker tournament.
So I know Aaron's been involved in a lot of different respects and capacities with the Chamber. He's been on the board. He comes to our events. They've been a great partner. I know you belong to other chambers as well. From a business perspective, why would it be important for a business owner operator to become part of the chamber? What are the advantages?
I think the first thing I would say is there's a lot of value, but you're only going to get as much as you put in. So by just paying for membership or just being here, if you don't go to the events, if you're not going and being there, you're not going to see the value. But all of the different things you offer, from the breakfast to the networking events, that's where you meet your connections. And I don't know if you know this, but it must be about 18 years ago. We were at a chamber breakfast, met a guy, David Harris, who I had met when I worked at Mall of America, but he was a comedian magician. Met him at a chamber breakfast. We talked through some things, and a couple months later reached out again, and now we have been doing comedy shows every month with him. He organizes them, and super successful comedy club that we have every month came from a chamber breakfast. And that's just one example of hundreds of these little connections of how to work with people. Everybody's got a different service, a different thing, and just thinking outside the box, especially now and kind of the way the world is, how do we work with one another? Even for us, all the different nonprofits we're working with, all summer, some of those have come from the chamber meetings. And for us, Boy Scouts of America, they operate our trout pond in the summer. We looked at it as it is really difficult to staff the trout pond. So we found a partnership. A need for us was staffing a trout pond. We were able to provide an opportunity to the Boy Scouts of America. They operate our trout pond. We give them a large donation. They split it amongst their troops, and then they come work the trout pond. They get to teach their Boy Scouts a life skill. And it's a great partnership that has come through different chamber things. So I think those are the benefits that really are intangible.
You kind of stole my thunder a little bit there, Aaron. That's where I was going with the segue next was, what exactly is the trout air fishing experience? Something you would not expect to find at a racetrack, casino, hotel. This is the variety that he's talking about, what makes it such a great entertainment destination.
Yeah, the land we were built on was known as Trout Air. So for years when you would say, running aces, where is that? Oh, is that where Trout Air was? When our president came in, who's been there now 12 years, he saw that when he went into the community, and he forged a partnership with the Priner family, who was the original owner of Trout Air. They live in the area. So then we decided to build a pond and kind of build what their legacy had left. So they came in, they taught our chefs how they prepared the fish and the same seasoning. So last year, I think we had 4 generations fishing at our pond that started, in the 60s with the Priner family. So you can come catch your fish. We'll clean and cook it for you. You can eat your freshly caught trout while you're watching a race. Or we even get people who come in, they just catch the fish, we clean it, and then they take it up camping themselves. But it's a pretty fun experience where you don't have to go get a fishing license, you don't need a boat. We don't have catch and release, but you can come catch the freshest dinner you'll ever want.
That's amazing and a very unique experience. Children can do this too?
Yeah, and that's I think one of the fun, seeing the kids out there catching their first fish, and we've got little things for them if this is their first fish they've caught, and just seeing the excitement that they get, on it. The fish range from just under a pound. We had somebody pull a 4-pound fish, and
wow.
You pay by the pound, so we had to make sure the guy knew, and he stopped him to go. He wanted the kid to keep fishing, and told him, it's $10 a pound at that time, and he goes, do you see the joy he's having? I don't care. Let him keep fishing. So it was fun to see. They ate well that night. But again, those are the fun experiences that we really pride ourselves on providing.
Absolutely. And Aaron touched on something really important about the chamber and about the connections and about the personal experiences and connections that you can make. I think the chamber works exactly how it's supposed to. It connects people, it connects businesses. You never know when a chance meeting will happen with someone that can completely spur your business on or give you a bunch of different leads or lead you to something that you never thought of. And I think chamber members are really very collegial, very interested in helping each other. Anyone that belongs to the chamber can pick up the phone, call another member, and I think they would help them.
I know you're right on that. And it's not cold calls, it's not, hard sales, it's relationship building and having that opportunity of, whether it's a slow build over time and then needing, a service, but it's putting that face to the name. And we're all here for the same thing. We all have families to go home to, we all have other things, but our passion, our work, the things that we're doing, and to be able to find others with that and to provide that help, it's fantastic.
Well said. And I would echo those sentiments. We don't look at this as competition. We look at this as a community, helping each other grow, helping Southern Minnesota and the Twin Cities area really excel as business owners and supporting local business. So we touched on the chamber, we touched on community. I'm sure this is really important, but I want to hear it from your words, echoing the sentiments of the owners. Why is it important for Running Aces to be part of the greater community?
Boy, it's a deep question.
We've got time.
I think in what we've really come even through COVID and out of that time frame, the partnerships we've created and to be able to be a steward for the community and finding ways to let nonprofits and others tell their message, tell their story. I think that's the fun part of Running Aces is building different things to provide for others around. I think that's our job is just the tools and providing entertainment, however that looks. And one thing I didn't touch on is this summer we are adding something new. It's called the Outskirts, so it's going to be an outdoor concert venue in the back part of our parking lot. We've partnered with an organization called Hay Creek Entertainment. They've put on other shows, but we're going to have 5 to 9 concerts, a lot of national tribute bands, and then also a ride-in movie. I don't think legally we can say drive-in, so it's a ride-in movie with a big screen, bring your cars, and they'll do 3 movies a night. But again, finding different ways of different nonprofits, different organizations to work and thrive with using our land, our property, our resources, so we can all grow. Because nobody's in it alone, and if we succeed and they succeed, that's what we're looking for.
It's really exciting, really important, and I know you guys like to give back to the community, the surrounding areas, and it's really important not only for the chamber but for our members to do that. Why don't you tell the folks at home, our friends here at 9 North are going to put it up on the screen, on the graphic. How do people get in touch with you, Aaron, your staff, your website, all that good stuff?
Me, it's Bedessem at runaces.com. But anybody on our website you can call. You're going to get a live person. When you make that call, whether it's the hotel or the casino front desk, our website is runaces.com. You're going to see a lot of new social media stuff, but from YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everything is at runaces.com, and see some of the behind the scenes stuff of racing. And yeah, if you're out there on the floor, anybody who you'll see us, I'd say we have one of the friendliest staffs around, and you have a question, our goal is we're going to answer it. If we can't, we're going to find you go relax, we'll find the answer and come back to you.
Let's give a little bit of a plug to the hospitality portion. The hotel is beautiful, the staff is great, you have a breakfast area, you have meeting room space. Why don't you tell people at home that are viewing a little bit about the ability to come and just have a night out, have breakfast, go to the casino, or even bring a group for some team building experiences.
Yeah, and one of the things people ask if they haven't been out there, I always try and correlate us to the Saints, because I think St. Paul Saints do an amazing job, and you know what to expect. You might not know the team they're playing, but you know whether you're going there on a date night, you're going to bring the family, you're going to go there for a bachelorette party, or a company party. It's that same energy. You're going to have fun. You're around looking at racing on our behalf, but you can have your own fun and coexist with everybody without it being intimidating or any preconceived notions of it. And like you said, the hotel was built in 2020, so it's still very new. Our banquet space is great. So, coming out, we've got either one large room or breaks into 3, but we do a lot of company parties. They do their meetings beforehand. They might stay for the races in that night. And it's a really affordable way of doing a group outing. And for us, it's just trying to drive people up and to have fun.
Definitely a destination for fun. I know you fairly recently redid the bar area and the restaurant. What kind of options can people have when they come for dining, for drinking at the bar, all that good stuff? Yeah,
we just launched a new menu yesterday, actually, and some modifications, but most of our food is made from scratch. Our chef and their team, they do such a great job of just really locally sourced ingredients, a variety of a menu, all the way from Asian cuisine, some of our udon noodles and our stir fry is great. But the burgers, again, people rave about our burgers. We've had a few quality reviews come in, and then smoked trout dip, different elotes. Everything's changing on our menu, but really trying to have that sports bar feel where you can still come in and have some of those quick, appetizers, but also have a full meal, whether you're watching the races or just coming, on a Friday night and want to eat in the bar area or the trackside seating, which overlooks the track. It's again, you're going to find what you want there.
Aaron, final thoughts. Why should people come up and give Running Aces a try?
If you like fun or just looking for a way out, and it's again, some people can say casino or not think, the slot machines, we don't have slots, it's all table games. But it's a welcoming environment. With that remodel in the bar area, it's just such an easy hangout, whether you want to come on a bingo night and support our charity, the trivia nights, just creating those different atmospheres to come out and have fun at an affordable price. I mean, people are always amazed at the prices of our restaurant. You're at an event venue, but you're paying really reasonable prices all the way from our entrees. You're gonna $15, I think, is on the top top level there, and for the quality of food you're getting and our drink specials, you're not going to find it really anywhere else.
Running Aces, come up mere minutes away from Roseville, right off the highway, easy access. Aaron, we really appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a good partner.
No, thank you. And thank you for everything the Chamber does for us and in our community.
We love it. Thanks, Aaron.
Perfect. Thank you.
Get a strike, get a spare. Just at least hit some pins. The Twin Cities North Chamber of Commerce Global Games theme party. It's a dress-up theme party. USA, any country you want, any kind of sports apparel. We're trying to make things fun, having our members come out, do a little networking, have some food, play some games. We've got a really great event tonight. We're excited. This is just really to get people together, part of the community, do some networking, and see what the Chamber has to offer. John Connolly left the Chamber in great shape, and now we're just trying to do some new things, exciting things, and get a whole new group of people involved in the Chamber.
You know, it's a great chance to meet a lot of little local businesses, network, really get involved with the local community, understand what some of these local businesses do, and help and support them grow.
Hey, there's five.
We had a great leader before, and Mike coming in as the president now. It's been great. He's very proactive and very enthusiastic and really great energy. So it's been a good fit.
Now where I'm using their service and they're using mine, so it's nice to find those people, people you can trust, people you know, and the relationship matters.
Check out our website, twincitiesnorth.org. That's twincitiesnorth.org. Go on 9 North TV. Good partner of ours. We do Chamber Check-In, which is a TV show designed to introduce you to new members and their businesses, and it's exciting. We've got some real momentum going. Welcome back, guys, to Chamber Check-In. We've got a great second part of this show for you here today. We appreciate Aaron and Running Aces for being here. I want to introduce Juan Brito, CEO of Brito's Burrito in Roseville. Welcome, Juan.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We really appreciate you and your family and the partnership that you have with the Chamber now. It's a great place. I've sampled it myself right on Lexington Avenue in Roseville. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of Brito's Burrito?
Well, it's quite interesting, actually. It goes back to 2021, kind of the effects of COVID, affect everybody. Our family wasn't, an exception to that. It started with my dad, Luis, and then my uncle. They got together. They have over 20 plus years in the hospitality business experience. So they decided together one time to think of ways they can, provide for us as a family. So the easiest way for them come together and then open their first restaurant, which was located in San Luis Park. The community helped us out a lot. We became actually very successful. That allowed us to expand into more locations across the Twin Cities. And then after that, Johnny came along because we needed more help, managing. And then he also brought more fresh ideas, and a different view to corroborate to the business. So then they haven't looked back. This business has been growing exponentially. It's been really good. And, we're still holding that integrity of our family values into that. So.
It's exciting. I know. Trying it for the first time, several people told me that they've given up on other Mexican restaurants, that they only go to Brito's Burrito now. We're excited to have you here in Roseville. I know Johnny's got a lot of energy. We're excited to have you part of the Chamber. Why don't you tell us about all your locations?
Well, we have a few. Like I said, our first location was San Luis Park. We have some in Hopkins, Monticello. We have some in St. Cloud. The newest one, Roseville, a few other locations too. It's just not, coming to me right now.
Yeah, people can check out your website. We'll give you a chance to kind of talk about your website and how people can get in touch with you a little bit later. But what sets Brito's Burrito apart from other restaurants that are very maybe similar looking on the outside, but maybe not so much when you come into Brito's Burrito? What do people experience with the freshness?
Okay, so we pride ourselves into having very fresh products and then a little bit more options than other like businesses have. Also, if you come into either one of the locations, you most likely will see me or one of the owners working there. We are very hands-on into the business. So is that, and like I said, our, I guess, motto is made of fresh tortillas, which are made daily. So, you won't be able to have the same taste or the same, characteristics of a tortilla in anywhere else. So, like, this is something that only Burritos can offer to, like, any location that we're on, so.
And you make the tortillas and the burritos right in front of the customer.
Yeah, so it's quite an experience, I would say. Like, a lot of places, still kind of have the same thing, but I feel like we try to incorporate the customers into like designing their own things, like from grabbing the masa, pressing it, and then you see it come right to a burrito right in front of your eyes. So I feel like it's quite an experience that maybe not a lot of people are used to it, or maybe are, but like it's just something else when it comes to us,
Yeah, it's really quite a fresh experience. I would highly recommend going to give them a try. You guys have already been involved in a number of chamber events, so we're excited to have you. What would you say is the value of joining a Chamber of Commerce, and how have we helped you and can help you in the future promote your business?
Yeah, so being part of the chamber is basically putting ourselves out there. Also like finding different businesses that we might be able to work with, and it's just like I said, exposure, I would say. It's kind of what we need. Like I said, we may have many locations, but we still have like the small business core to it. So the more exposure we get, the relationships that we can build with other businesses will help us exponentially. So,
absolutely, it's all about connections, and the more times we introduce burritos to the chamber members, you never know when someone's going to have a corporate outing or want to do catering. Tell us a little bit about catering and how much time people need if they're going to order for a big event.
Okay, so that's another thing of our business side that I feel like we're very good at providing good service with as little amount of time. There have been occasions when we had same-day delivery. Of course, depending on the amount of people that there are, the more time, the better. But we have done in the past overnight or the same day delivery. So we're very flexible when we need to, and we thrive ourselves to giving the best quality products that we can give to our customers.
That's terrific service. When you can order for several hundred people and you only need to do it a day before, a couple days before, and you can produce that, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing that we try to do, I would say is one of the core values that we have. So,
thanks to Juan and his whole family from Brito's Burrito, and Aaron Bedessem from the casino, Running Aces Casino. We've got a couple of chamber announcements. We've got a great event coming up on May 27th. Will be a Breakthrough, which is a challenge room right in Rosedale Mall. Come and check it out. There's 42 different challenge rooms. It's a really cool, unique venue. They've got a beer pour wall as well, a restaurant. Come out and network with your fellow chamber members, and that's sponsored by Breakthrough and Haley Livingston. On June 11th, we'll be, speaking of Aaron, at Running Aces Casino, Hotel, and Racetrack. That's going to be a really great event. Our Members Connect is going to include a tour of the track and dinner and drinks and watching the races. So come out again and network with your fellow chamber members. We're excited. Last week we had our huge event, which was the Spring Celebration Global Games. It was double the attendance that we had the previous year. We were really excited. We got a great turnout and great momentum for the future. On August 11th, we have the TCN golf tournament, and we're excited to have that again in Blaine. We're looking for sponsors, looking for participants. That'll be at Victory Links in Blaine. This Thursday, we want to invite you to the event at Churchill Street Restaurant next Thursday at 5 o'clock. That's put on by the City of Shoreview. It's just a social. Come out and network with your fellow chamber members, city administrators, stakeholders, and different people from the area. that's free to Chamber members. For more information about our events, please check out our website at twincitiesnorth.org. That's twincitiesnorth.org. And remember, the Chamber is here to promote your business, connect communities, and develop leaders. We're excited to have you, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Thanks for joining us.